Hi, I'm Matt Williamson with Yardbarker, here to talk about the Ravens going to Indianapolis to play the Colts. And this should be a great battle between 5-2 teams with serious playoff implications. These are two of the very best defenses in football and are amongst the league leaders in yards allowed per play. They also are amongst the league leaders in creating turnovers. Both these offenses possess the ball for over 31 minutes per game on average. It's a big number. And both teams are at the very top of the league with average starting field position. Only three defenses are generating more sacks per game than Baltimore's, but no offense is allowing fewer sacks per game than the Colts, whose offensive line has really picked it up of late, to be honest. The Ravens lead the NFL in yards per game on the ground this year by a massive margin, but only Tampa Bay's defense is allowing fewer rushing yards per game than Indianapolis's. Not surprisingly, Baltimore's offense runs the ball at the highest percentage of the league. But after last week, you would think that J.K. Dobbins should get an even bigger piece of Baltimore's running back work. He's clearly their most dynamic player at this position, and Mark Ingram's still battling injury, but Dobbins should be the lead dog going forward, in my opinion. Lamar Jackson is seeing a very high dosage of zone coverage this year, and his numbers across the board are down as he isn't throwing the football nearly as well as last year or reading defenses. And teams are taking away the big play, too. And all this happens to be the Colts' defensive specialty, and they should keep a lot of eyes on Jackson at all times as a runner, too, especially now with Darius Leonard roaming the middle of the field again, and no defense blitzes less than Indianapolis. Indianapolis's opponents, on average, are running very few offensive plays. On the other side of the ball, Philip Rivers is really starting to settle in, and the Colts offensive line is getting back to where it was last year as one of the better ones in the league. But Baltimore is the blitz-heaviest team in football and will bring a lot of efforts to get to Rivers, who still doesn't move well or get out of the way. Offenses are very quick to get away from the running game against the Ravens, but that probably isn't the path that Indianapolis will take in this game. And don't be surprised if it's Jordan Wilkins as the go-to runner, not Jonathan Taylor, who's been rather disappointing. Wilkins has been the better runner all year. As usual, the Ravens are outstanding on special teams, but Indianapolis is right there with them this year as one of the best in the league. The Colts have destroyed teams at home this year, and Baltimore has some major COVID concerns as well as coming off a brutal game against the Steelers. There's a lot of similarities, as I mentioned, with these teams, but I got the Colts winning this game 23-24 or 24-23. Thanks. I am Matt Williamson with Yardbarker.